Shut up and sit down.
There you go. Hello gang, Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and welcome to a bit of the Friday Frolic fun times, folks.
I thought you were going to say a bit of Fry and Laurie then.
A bit of Fry and Laurie, absolutely. God, you're going back a bit. And it was Jason Wolfster, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was the Fry and Laurie series.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, folks, welcome to a Friday Frolic with me, Festa 67's workshop, and him, the Guru.
We are back.
Welcome back, mate. Welcome back. Before I start, a big thanks to the Festa's friends for filling in your absence. You're not forgotten, folks. We will be doing our normal get-togethers, but probably we'll move them to a Sunday and we'll do a nice at the bench. I'll have a chat with you in the Zoom and see what you all think about it. And yeah, because it will just give us a bit of variety on a Sunday as well. And obviously PJ does the ISM show as well, and poor bloke looked absolutely shattered the other week, so it might be better for him as well. But I'm rambling already, so let's get pimpage done, being that I was crap at it earlier. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or you can click the join button below or do a $sign and do a super chat. All helps support the channel, folks. There are also in the description lots of affiliate links. There's a big old flashy thing with affiliate links.
Oh, I don't think they're hearing anything. McLeish says audio.
Oh, really?
Oh. Has Ted pressed a button?
No, it's all going out, so I'm not sure what's going on there then. No settings have changed since the last time, so yeah.
It could just be McLeish being a spoon.
Yeah. Can you let us...
No, wait, Jeff Light says audio is good, so it's McLeish being a spong. McLeish, you're an idiot.
Cheers for
Turn
that,
the
mate.
volume on.
Massively appreciated. Yeah, should we start again?
On.
Yeah. Everyone else is saying, yeah, well done, Andy. Nice one, mate.
Oh, he's watching on his phone. So...
Yeah. So, you had me going there because I was frantically going around checking settings that haven't changed since the last stream. Anyway, I lost my train of thought now. I can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, should we do a bit of chat anyway? And then hopefully I remember what I was going to say because it's gone.
Oh, you're
now.
doing your pimping. You're doing your pimping. That's what
was I? Oh, right, mate.
You pimping,
you could do a super chat. Oh, yeah, affiliate links. Have a look in the description, folks. There's lots of affiliate links in there. You've got Hobby Workshop, you've got Element Games, and you've also got Bits of War, which is Cromlech, because we've got affiliations with them as well now. So have a looky-loo in there. I get a little kickback from it, but you pay no extra, and you get to make savings in stores for all your tabletop gaming needs. As more affiliations come in, I'll be sharing out the links so that you can all save a few quid. So just little ways you can help me out.
It gives them, what, 5% off at Bits of War, doesn't it?
I think it's 5% off, but there are other promotions that may or may not happen as things carry on. So
yeah,
as people purchase stuff, the ability to give more discounts does kick in once you've reached certain targets. So we'll have a quick look at the chat, and then I'll have a catch up with Fox because it's been a while. So we got Ross in saying evening. Oh, Guru Tune.
Hello, Ross.
Stefan Last is in, says evening of goodness, everyone.
Welcome.
Richard Thomas is in, says hello, everyone. Hello, Richard. How you doing, geezer? Paul D. Tommaso's in, says hi, Fox, Colin, and everyone in chat. Hello, Paul. Love to you and Dawn, mate. PJ's in. Hello, Colin, Fox, and all the wonderful chattings in the chat. Hi, PJ. Sorry I missed the stream earlier, mate, the ISM one, mate, but I didn't get to bed till late, mate. So, yeah, I thought I'd have a bit of... Yeah.
He was pooping.
McLeish says, we now join your irregular broadcast. Yeah, apologies, Andy, for not being very reliable at the moment, but kind of having an MS relapse, so I'm kind of bound by what that's letting me do at the moment. But apologies for the inconvenience. Richard's in, says, hi, PJ. Fox says, McLeish.
McLeish. Anyway,
Richard,
he's in the doghouse anyway, so he can shut up.
absolutely, yeah. He's a taste sensation, isn't it? PJ's in, says Thomas and McLeish. James is in. Evening, Colin Fox, all in chat. Festrugs and Foxux. Hey, how you doing?
Hugs accepted gracefully.
Fox says the word this week is perp.
Perp.
PJ says, what's up? Brick Boy. Jeff Light is in, says, hi, Fox, and everyone in chat, and Cole. Retro Rabbit's in, says, shenanigans. Yeah, shenanigans. What possibly could go wrong with us two pillocks?
42-year-old shenanigans now, because it was his birthday last week.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, mate.
Whilst he was in Mexico.
Yeah, that was McLeish being a turd for saying about the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Nana Sunrise isn't in, but she's saying hello.
Hello.
Tommaso says.
Andy says, no, it's just my end, stupid phone. Yeah. RJC, Reese is in, says, coming out loud and clear. Hello, mate.
Hello, Reese.
Kevin's in, says, I all in chat land. Colin and Fox, A and V all okay. Thank you very, very much. And everyone's calling McLeish a spoon.
This is correct.
Yeah, he's yeah, bless him. Andy says, shut up, Princess Fox.
Doesn't work when you've just done what you've done. There's no shouting now after that.
Marcus is in. Good evening, Colin Fox, and all in chat. Hello, Marcus, purveyor,
Hello, Marcus.
Purveyor of wearer of the best beard in the hobby.
Yes,
because it's white.
That's the Father Christmassy beard, isn't it?
Yeah, him and Dan Croak. Dan Croak on ISM's got the ZZ Top beard, you know, the big long red beard. Marcus has got the Captain Birdseye, big white fluffy fox style, grows everywhere beard, you know.
See, if I grow mine, I just look like a rail car hobo. So.
Yeah, he's proper David Bellamy beard, mate. I'm so impressed with it.
Mine goes outwards, not down.
Retro says, what the purpose of all of this then? See what he did there. Keywords gone in. I'd say hello to Marcus. Imelda's in. Scale Modelling Chaos. Says, evening, everyone. It's been a while. Hello, Imelda. Yes, that's your girl's name for the rest of the month.
Imelda.
Yeah. He thinks because he's been out for a while that I would have forgotten. It's like, yeah. Nana Sunrise is next to Paul watching on the big screen. There you go.
Big screen.
Happy days. So
I like the sound of he says big, not bug, but I like the sound of the bug screen, to be honest.
So gay. Geese. How you been, mate? I know, yeah, we won't go into real life, but yeah, missed you, mate. Good to see you back on the stream. And yeah.
I'm dipping my toe in tonight to see how I do.
Yeah.
As people know, I've had some issues the last month or so, which has got me away from the bench. Various things, and obviously my wolf still needs a lot looking after, so
yes,
I'm not around as much.
Yeah, it's good to see you about though again, mate.
Yeah, I have missed you all. I have missed everybody. I've done a couple of gaming streams because I can just about do a gaming stream, but this is my first time back at the bench, and if I'm not in agony by the time we've finished, that's really good.
Oh yeah, because he's got swordy shoulder again, folks.
I've got all the health issues you can imagine.
As you can imagine, it doesn't mean I haven't been mocking him in various chats, because I have, because I can't have him. Can't have him thinking that, you know, he's getting away with it. So I have been mocking him at every available opportunity.
I don't mind you mocking me, because it means that I can mock you mercilessly when it's my turn. So.
Oh, absolutely. You will get your revenge, as you know. So what am I up to, I hear you ask?
So what are you up to,
I'm doing a bit more on the infamous 1/16 scale Revell Samba bus that I started a while back. I'm currently going through all my binge kits at the moment. Doing all the fettling and bit, because I have kits in various stages of build, as you know. So, yeah, I just thought I'd do a bit of fettling on this tonight, a bit of stripping of chrome.
Why is it called the Samba? Is that the official name of it, or is it just the nickname for that kind of?
No, it's Volkswagen Samba bus.
Oh, it was actually officially called the Samba.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's, the official was the Volkswagen variant, which was the T1, but it's just, I don't know why they called it Samba. There's probably a reason. I'm sure someone will tell me, but...
I was never sure, because they never had any other vehicles with dancy names, you see. So
exactly. So I may have modified it slightly. I've dropped the suspension down a bit. I've not slammed it right down.
You've not stanced it fully, have you?
Yeah, no, it will sit a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
Because I've been 3D printing wheels, as you know, so we've got some rather sexy rims going on it. So we'll
Can I
see.
just point out, he didn't just print those, he actually also designed them. I think you should give the folks a good close-up look at those.
Yeah, I'll just put the old instructions down, and yeah, the ones behind were the original resin and TPU prints, but I wasn't a fan of the tyres, so yeah, look at that.
You may not know this, but Festa's a bit of a dab hand with the old designing things in the 3-dimensionals.
Yeah, so yeah, there you go. So that is a rather suave set of wheels, and once that's on, he says, flopping the door shut. She'll sit about yay high. It's not slammed, it's just enough to look like something's been done, but it's not a ground dugger, as you would call it. So
I don't know why, but I'm seeing that in like a bright lime green type colour.
I've already got the colour scheme, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But yeah, so that's the wheels done. I sat and designed a set of super duper brake calipers and wheel discs, so I've got them to print off this week. So I shall sit and do them. But my job tonight is getting out the oven bright, because
Good night, Matthew.
yeah, I'll do a bit of stripping Fox tonight. So anyway, that's me sorted. What are you up to, mate?
Sorry.
You're bad. You're bad.
I was in the middle of, before I had to stop working, I was in the middle of doing my Cadia Stands box set. So
Yeah.
I shall carry on building my Cadia Stands box set. I'm just in the middle of building the 20, what they call shock troops.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
I built a whole bunch. I built the first 8, I think, 7 or 8. So I've got another squad of 10 plus about 2 or 3 extras to do. And then I've got the weapons and the walker to do.
Oh,
I'll
nice.
just finish building the infantry dudes time. Probably get a couple done.
Oh, so you're going to be you're going to be getting your weapon out. McLeish's put in a £2 super chat. He says, sensational gits. Oh, bless you. Thank you very, very much,
forget
Andy, for your kindness.
Yeah, don't forget, when you're eating your Ponzi crisps, you know what you need to do?
You're bad.
Yeah.
So, yes, I am doing a little bit of
Toast.
a bit of oven brighting tonight, folks. So we'll bung that in, and this is quite a quick process. So
I can't believe how fast that is. When I put stuff in oven bright, it takes like 3 hours, but that's Bandai stuff. So.
oh yeah, this is proper nuclear, mate, isn't it? It's like yeah.
Where are we up to? Kevin Stevens said something. Where has it gone? He says, no, I've lost it. There was a comment somewhere. Anyway, he said he was in. While Jack is out at work, he's in. So welcome to you, Kev.
Hello, Kev. How you doing, mate?
Hugh Gordon's in. He says, evening, everyone.
Hello, you. How you doing,
Welcome,
mate?
I think I might be wrong, but I think the Samba is the one with all the extra windows.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a 21 window or something like that. Yeah.
And Paul DiTomas says, Ron, my stepson, and I have been doing a bunch of 3D prints.
Oh, nice one.
McLeish apologises to Lewis for earlier. What's he done now? You stopped work? I didn't know you were, lol, says McLeish.
Yeah, you've been doing stuff with your Andy. That sounds wrong.
Paul Lewis says something ridiculous. Other kits are available other than Warhammer. Such nonsense.
Yeah. McLeish has been a member for 9 months. Yeah, he's going to get a bit of SpongeBob any minute now, mate.
That means he's going to be born now.
Yeah.
Other kits than Warhammer. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Mind you, PJ is going to be doing a tank build soon.
Ooh.
I know, I'm mightily impressed.
Yeah. How did you swing that one then? What kind of blackmailing?
No, it's him and Panzer came up with an arrangement where Panzer's got to do a shiny car because he always builds armour, and PJ's got to do a tank.
Ah, jolly good. I'm glad I wasn't anywhere near when that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. That's Andy's bit of SpongeBob. Get in there, mate.
Andy. Right.
Happy days.
1879. So don't forget, folks, important question of the night, of course.
Oh, the one I forgot.
Beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are rubbish.
All right.
Bench, belly, and beverage. What's on your bench? What are you building right now? Doesn't have to be a model kit. It could be anything. Paul Lewis has been a member for 9 months as well. Says Ditto McLeish.
Happy days. Bit of SpongeBob coming your way, mate.
Yep. Yeah, what's on your bench? What you're working on? Doesn't have to be a model kit. It could be anything.
Yeah.
What's in your belly? What have you had or what are you having for your dinner?
Oh, nice one.
And what is your beverage of choice?
Mm.
I've got this. My beverage of choice right now is the waters. And belly was filthy, dirty, great big kebab.
Yeah.
Which I put on the plate and it went wrong and it went the wrong way up. So all the meat went down first and the pita bread was on top.
Oh, right, yeah.
The problem with that is the kebab's as big as the plate. So when I put the chips in, they just went everywhere because they just slid off. I had to wrangle my chips. It was the most difficult.
Let's give that a good old dippage.
80 and 70.
Probably take a bit longer to do this stuff because this is the infamous Revell 55 layers of nuclear chrome.
So which chromey bits are you dechroming then? What are they?
Pretty much everything that gets attached to the bodywork, all the trim, all the wiper arms, everything, because, yeah, I can't be doing with it. I want to totally dechrome everything.
I think I might have built this guy.
On that one.
77, 78. Wait a minute.
So I'm going to do a bit on that. And then it's, yeah, I want to trim the bumpers and, yeah.
Have I already built this guy?
Have I goofed
here?
Oh, are you goofing on things?
I don't know. I might have to get my other dudes out to see which ones are built.
Andy's saying, Lewis, I've had a week of idiocy and doing things I said I wouldn't do. Rip team members a new one, overworked messenger. Oh, good man. Have you been in boss mode, Andy? You have, haven't you?
Nothing wrong with that.
Good man. Good man, mate. Let's trim out the roof. Imelda, belly, sausages, hash browns and onion rings covered in gravy. Bench is a chibi Lancaster. A beverage is a pint of lemonade. Oh, he's going to be belching like a good one later.
Urinating like a racehorse.
Yeah, there you go.
He said trying to not break the rules.
Yeah, I know. Has anyone been caught out by that yet?
Oh, loads. There's one guy who had his one guy who does like gameplay videos.
Yeah. And
I guess he has no kind of pre-roll because pretty much his entire video library for the last few years has gone under.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was doing violent video games like shooters and stuff. But it's violence within the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's any kind of violence or swearing in the first 15 seconds, let's say.
Yeah, that's the thing now, folks. We're all getting bound by the new YouTube regs.
Yeah. Apparently, gaming violence is all right, but as long as it's just not in the because obviously some people play like shooters and stuff. As long as it's not in the first 15 seconds. It's like, well, we'll do pre-rolls and trailers and titles.
Yeah.
I think I built it. I'm going to have to get them all out again now, aren't I?
PJ says CLT sarnie, chicken, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Bench is a 112 MFH McLaren M19A F1 car. Nice. Beverage, let me think. Oh, yeah. Beer.
I'm going to have to get all these buggers out now, aren't I? Damn it.
Nana Sunrise says hot dog on a bun with ketchup even, and grape juice. Happy days.
Grape juice, that'll go for you.
Retro Rabbit, belly, homemade pad, crap owl, spicy Thai beef on rice with fried egg. Drank apple cider. Bench, I put a mid-tone layer on a Space Marine and fussing about with the new to me Porsche. Happy days. Stefan says he's currently working on cleaning up the crackliness of my next vinyl record, which will be posted on my channel next week. Reached 1,000 subs, only took 12 years. Good man.
Yeah, good lad.
I don't know whether it works with modern PVAs, but we used to put a bit of PVA on our albums, let it dry, and then peel it off, and it would pull all the dust out. But I wouldn't recommend doing that on a multi-thousand-pound vinyl disc, but
no. I assume he's doing it digitally or something.
Yeah, there are multitudes of products now that you can really deep clean vinyl with, but yeah.
Multitudes.
I go through a process when I put an album on. It's proper, you know, out of the sleeve, give it a clean, and yeah, it's like a little labour of love in it routine that you go through.
Cole. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for one of your smiles. Sorry.
Yeah, that was not racist. Cheers, mate. If my monetisation goes, I'm going to owe you one.
No, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I built this bar already.
Yeah, apologies if anyone's offended, by the way. Yeah. What have we got? Paul D. Tommaso says that's twice now. My comments haven't popped up. Why is that then, mate? Because I can see, yes, Gumpler is great, and I can see the one you've just wrote, so I'm not sure what's going on there, mate. Unless you're using words in it that are regulated now.
Yeah, some words are... The YouTube channel themselves can set words, or there can be words that YouTube discern that you can't use in chat.
Yeah. So, yeah, just have a look at what you're writing. It could be one of the words in there might be construed as... Yeah.
It could also just be YouTube being weird. My chat's always weird.
Yeah, but certainly not ignoring you, Paul, because, yeah, I can see your Gumpler comment. So
I knew I'd built that guy. This is the downside of getting halfway through a project and then coming back to it 4 weeks later is you can't remember where the hell you're up to.
Yeah. Yeah. We shall be what's his name in returning to Lehman Ross. My comments about the kits I had, hold up, let's put down what I'm doing and scroll up because yeah, let's find Paul's comment. Don't worry about the build, let's just find the comment.
No, I'm not seeing a comment.
He says him and his stepson have been doing some 3D prints. Is that the one?
No, I've done that one.
Because that was read out.
No, I'm not seeing any other comment.
No other comment in there, Paul. So, yeah,
no,
you know. No.
Click it in again. Maybe it's just didn't pop
it in again,
for some
mate.
reason. Right, that's that one.
Yeah. Richard Thomas says belly, southern fried chicken, fillet and oven chips, and he's drank cream soda. Benches a Tamiya Porsche 911 GT2.
Oh, cream soda.
Andy McLeish has put in a £2 super chat because he says, I took offence. The guy next door wasn't happy. See what he did there.
I see what he did there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I built that guy.
Yeah, that's his comment. So, yeah.
So what's your bench and belly, buddy?
I've had a couple of me bars. I've got a nice steak pasty thing with chips and peas and all of that gubbing. So I got that when we come off air to have. So,
peas, you say? You like peas?
I like peas. Peas are green.
The peas are green. I'm sure that's a song.
Yeah, the peas are green. Oh, the peas are green.
I speak to the peas, but they never hear me.
Yeah. Yeah, we are so gonna. Yeah, we're gonna hell, mate, ain't we?
Yeah, it's worth it. Though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right,
oh yes. I have actually been asked what the peas thing is about as well. It's quite.
Yes, it's very well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, just watch old episodes of Spitting Image. He says dodging that rather large bullet.
Yeah, very nicely.
Good, isn't it? You're impressed, didn't you?
I was impressed with that.
Stefan Lars says I'm using a record cleaning fluid to wipe off any dirt before recording the vinyl to his computer, removing pops and clicks with an audio editing software. Yeah, it used to be able to do that with Audacity, isn't it?
Audacity, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I migrated most of my vinyl over, and yeah.
Right, that's not one I've made.
Paul says Tamiya. Okay.
Tamiya, I hardly knew her.
Yeah. Is that what your list of kits, Tamiya? Because that's really descriptive, Paul. Unless he's testing that his messages are coming through, but yeah.
I don't know.
You're not being deliberately ignored, Paul, so yeah.
We don't ignore anybody unless we completely miss comments, which we do all the time because we're old, can't see stuff.
Yeah, we do try our best, but you know.
I'd built that guy. God darn it.
Right, so we got that. Let's have a look, see how many chrome is coming on.
Right, so I'm up to there. Spoon.
Retro says, I had a friend once, he liked peas, then they took him and his peas away, and now I don't have a friend or any peas.
I had a friend once.
Yeah, I had a friend once, didn't last long. You started me off now, you soft pot.
Yes. Yes, apologies for that earlier. It's just something I used to do in the house years ago. I never thought.
I might get picked up on that. It's
No, probably not. I doubt it.
Yeah, though. But if I do, I do. But please be aware, folks. We're not trying to be rude or offensive to anyone.
I doubt it would be anything like that.
Yeah, but
right.
Well, that is proper nuclear chrome on that. That might be an overnight job.
Really? I thought that stuff. Well, mind you, that's Revell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Revell's chrome. It is coming, but as you can see, the Revell chrome is. Yeah.
It was Tamiya you were doing the other day that came off in a minute, wasn't it?
Oh, Tamiya chrome. Yeah, you've only got to breathe on that and it flies off.
Yeah, Bandai takes about 3 hours.
Yeah, it's beginning to go because you can see the grey plastic coming through. So, yeah.
Grey plastic. Right, but done that
it's grey plastic, yeah. £3 or £1.
Grey plastic. Interesting.
Yes, Paul. YouTube won't let you put the word monkey in, mate, with an O, because it's a racist term, mate. That's beyond my control. That's a YouTube thing, mate. So, yeah. It's the monkey bite. Yeah, I know the one you mean, mate. But, yeah, there are, in case you're not aware, YouTube have really started clamping down now on swearing any form of language that may be construed as an insult, offensive, a racist slur, a homophobic slur. So words that you may think are totally innocent somewhere in the world may be used to oppress. So YouTube have clamped down on a lot of it. And that, my friend, sounds like it's a trigger word,
yes,
of which PJ's put a trigger word in for Fox.
Forge-World.
Oh
no, I can't go to Forge-World because I spent my money at Bits of War.
Yes, I may have got caught out with that one.
Oh,
I wonder whose fault that was.
You can shut up. Would you like me to show you what I got from Bits of War?
Yeah, do it. Go on.
Would you like to see my bits?
Yeah.
I've got to go and get up and get them from the
box. McLeish's got another trigger word before you get up. He says Deathcore of Krieg.
Oh, I've gone moist.
Paul D. Tommaso says, wow, how stupid. Yeah, Paul, it's got very nanny state, mate, but you've got to be so careful. It's like Facebook with imagery from World War II. You know the symbols I'm on about from the German side. Even on model kits, it's still classed as an offensive symbol, so it'll get pulled. You'll get a Facebook jail visit or whatever.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is their house; they can make the rules whatever they want.
You know, I've got a build in my stash, which is the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard, and I have to film it in such a way where you don't over glamorize the flag on the roof. But it's a fundamental part of the car and the build. So you've got to build it, but you've got to be so careful with your camera angles, because if it's on screen too long, they'll think that you're trying to project what it stands for. And you've got to be so careful now, Fox, haven't you, with things, especially when you're monetized, because you've only got to get a couple of strikes and that's it, you're done.
Yeah, well, like I was saying before, I mean, there's been people who all the. I mean, the annoying thing with the rules is at the end of the day, it's YouTube's house and they can make whatever rules they want, and we've got no choice but to abide by it. So, end of. But they've done it in such a way they brought the new rules in without any real fanfare or warning.
Pardon me.
And they're retroactively applying them.
Yeah.
So the new rule now is, for example, one of the new rules is in the first 15 seconds of any video, you cannot swear and you cannot show any kind of violence.
No.
Now, for most of us, we have titles and things. That's fine. Doesn't matter.
That's why we all do a 5-minute intro, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's lots of, like I said before, that guy with the gaming channel where they've had videos that they've done 3-4 years ago, and it's the algorithm just going through and finding them and either demonetizing all those videos, which if someone plays Call of Duty for the last 3 years and that's all they've ever done, they're kind of knackered and they don't have a pre-roll or a title. But this is the one that got me right. The swearing thing. And it's not for any other moral reason. That isn't for any other moral reason than it's for advertisers, ad suitability. But with the swearing rule, like the violence rule, they say video game violence is fine. Just don't do any in the first 15 seconds, because there might be adverts at the start. You see,
yes.
Swearing again, you can swear during videos. Just don't do it too much.
Yeah, we get it. You know, no one wants to hear C-bombs and things like that on live streams. Let's be honest.
Well, it depends on the live. I'm not on these live streams, but But the funny thing is, they now consider the word. I don't want to say it on your channel, but CRAP is now considered a swear word.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're allowed to say damn and hell.
Yeah.
They're not classed as swear words.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what you can do is abide by it.
Yeah. And you know, I'm expecting a few videos to get pulled. You know, it's just one of those.
But there are some channels where they've had an issue with every video they've ever made, which in the past was fine, and they've just had the video channels deleted.
Yeah.
Just like delete the channel. There you go. Bang, we've deleted the channel because every video broke the rules.
Jeff says, what about if the word is used in a YouTube name? A lot of people are getting around it, like Paul did, by putting a number 0 in rather than a letter O.
Yeah, they filter
if
around
it's the word CRAP, then they'll use the @ symbol.
They'll get around that. They'll find that.
It is honestly, it's such a minefield at the moment, trying to keep on side of the rules.
I mean, the thing about it's a difficult one to call because there's two sides to it. First of all, the thing with like violence and swearing and stuff, that's purely for ad suitability. That's purely a financial. That's to make sure that, you know, people want to put adverts on videos, and if there's lots of violence in them at the first 15 minutes, they're going to be like, no, we don't want to advertise on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's fine. That's an economical decision. At the end of the day, they have to do what the advertisers want. The other issue is, where have I just got that arm from? The other issue with things like certain words, certain types of content, that kind of stuff, that comes down purely to legalities in certain territories.
Yeah.
Because what's perfectly acceptable to me and you, and like you said, in a different country might actually be illegal.
Yeah.
And the problem YouTube have got, like any kind of media platform, is they can't enforce a rule, like, for example, you know, use of that symbol on German vehicles, for example.
Yes.
It's not illegal anywhere apart from in Germany.
Yes.
But they can't make it illegal in Germany on YouTube, but they can't, you know, act on it on videos in Germany and not. So all they can do is just apply it to everybody.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
you can see where their point is. It's like they have to abide by the laws of the countries they're in, and
it's almost like everyone's trying to erase or rewrite history, and it's going so far, isn't it now?
Oh, I think it's purely more down to the fact.
PJ says the latest edict from YouTube is that Fox is going to be banned from talking about Warhammer and Forge World, but Princess talk is okay.
No,
do you know,
that's not going to happen.
That's actually not bad. How long do you think he could last? I don't think he could.
Seconds.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, because you'd be thinking it, let alone speaking it. So
yeah, no. The thing with that particular marking is not about offending people. It's literally because it is illegal in Germany.
Yes.
So theoretically, although it probably wouldn't happen, YouTube could see them see themselves being prosecuted for hosting videos that contain that symbol.
Yeah, I think so.
Even if that video was made by an American in America or a Frenchman in France or somebody in Venezuela,
yeah,
and they can't really take a video off in Germany or nowhere else, so they're kind of stuck on that one. They can't really do much. That's down to the German authorities, that one.
I think it's a fine as well, isn't it?
Well, there's in a lot of countries now they're bringing things where the platform provider is responsible for the content.
Yeah, in Germany, I think, like say, if you're caught parading the symbol, I think it's €1,000 fine, and I think if you're, how can I say, preaching the extreme values that symbol idea, you know, an ideology stood for,
you go to jail.
You're going down the steps, mate. I had to
can't
word
really-
it
we
in
can't really
such a
fault them on
way
that,
that
can
it
we?
wouldn't get flagged.
Yeah, we can't really fault the Germans on that one. Let's just be honest about
Yeah,
it.
this is why we always say in our streams about religion and politics, because it is such a divisive subject. It causes all manner of problems, doesn't it? So
Nobody really wants to talk about it. But,
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So ultimately, at the end of the day, this is YouTube's house, and we've got no choice. So.
Yeah, it's their rules.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the thing is they're hosting our content at the end of the day. So the least we have to do is abide by their. Yeah. Kevin says, come on, peeps, get them thumbs up. Yeah, folks, the thumbs up helps with the algorithm. Helps keep the channel growing. So, yeah, if you can leave a thumbs up, it massively helps keep the channel going and the content coming, and recommends it to more and more people. So more and more people can find us. So it really does help.
I'll get the base out for this little chap, and then I'll go and get me bits out for you.
Yeah, no worries.
They're all in bits. I'll just show you some of the big bits.
Yeah.
See. Right, give me 1 second.
Yeah, that is, once I'm happy with this, I can then run my knife around, because this shell is held on with contactor clear at the moment. So once I'm happy with how the lowering's gone, I can then start taking her apart and doing some finer detailing. So we got a look at the front bumper. Want to try and trim that back a little bit and see whether we can get that. So fragile, although they've gone to the trouble of opening the doors on this. If I'm honest, I think they would have been better off just keeping them closed. Most of us are going to display, I mean, on this one, it's going to be displayed with these two side doors wide open so you can see in it, but I don't think their hinges are great quality. So you are building this, folks, bear that in mind. But this has been lowered quite a bit, so quite a lot of chunks have been removed from the chassis and things like that I need to dress up. So we shall come back to it and get that all sorted.
You do in a second?
Yeah, no worries. You do what you got to do, mate. Let's move that out the way over there. And then obviously I've got the calipers to do and put in. Tell you what, Cole, that is really not working, is it? You've got too much stuff on your bench. Let's put some of that back in the box for a minute. Because I've got barely any room to work in. Yeah, don't be like Festa. Let's get that off of there. Don't need them at the moment. And I'm doing the US variant with the overriders on the bumper. But yeah, I want to sit the bumpers back a little bit and try and blend them in at some point. Got a bit of de-sealant on them, but the roof panel is getting in the way there. It's falling over. Put them away. That was the original wheels. Came with the kit. The little skinny ones. I shall keep them. They might come in handy for another build. That was my rear hub that I got the measurements from the caliper from.
You're getting your skinny bits out.
And done that with all the designy stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah. this build I was gifted a few years back for my birthday. I think it was for my 50th birthday. And Fox and a lot of the guys that was in the group we was all in back then, we used to run a birthday pool. And any member's birthday came up, they got a shed load of goodies, and my turn came up and it was the Samba bus. And yeah, and I've been meaning to build it, and I just, for one reason or another, just haven't got round to doing it. And
oh yeah, I've got that Japanese octopus ball van, haven't I?
That's right, yeah.
With the grumpy French dude in the front.
Well, very nearly tonight, I was going to sit here and be doing some stuff with Kshatriya. And then it dawned on me that I'm actually filming that for the channel. So lastminute.com, I had to randomly change my mind and go, right, I'm not going to start a new kit because I've got too many on the go as is.
Yeah. I actually thought that tonight I was like, oh crap, we're doing that tank, aren't we doing that Lady Russ, aren't we? I've got to get me painting stuff. And then I was like, no, wait,
that's Warhammer Sunday. But yeah, that's that's what I was going to say earlier on about the Lehman Russ. We haven't forgotten. It's just we're waiting to reschedule Warhammer Sundays so that we can get back to it. It's just, without going into Fox's personal details, streaming times have had to be looked at and changed to accommodate things, and we haven't got round to sorting out Warhammer Sunday yet, but we shall. It may be Warhammer Saturday, or it may be Warhammer during the week. We really don't know. We got the E-Models build coming up Wednesday, folks. Workbench Live. Me and Fox are going to be doing a Baneblade build.
Baneblade.
So we've now got the Baneblade sat in our man cave talking to us, going, "Build me, build me, build me,
paint me."
Mine arrived Thursday. I think yours arrived yesterday, didn't it, dude?
Yeah, mine's always later than yours.
I was later than yours. Paul D. Tommaso says, Colin, is that the E-Models mug version 3 that I see there? No, it is not. It's one.
We never got that, did we?
It's one I made myself, mate.
Yeah, we never got an E-Models. They never did the version 3.
Yeah, the pandemic kicked in and they never got round to it. So this is one I created myself, mate, because I am sad.
Now, talking of that, two important things. Firstly, I've just sent you a text message, so while I'm waffling, have a quick look on your telephone. You may have noticed, I hadn't noticed this, but I was waiting for Pete Mate to tell me about it.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Before I show you my bits, E-Models have got new premises.
Oh, they got next door, have they?
No. They've taken over. I think it's a former library.
Oh, nice.
Sure. It's massive. But it's not going to be a new shop. It's going to be like a base of operations. So they're still going to have the same place where everybody in Stoke where you go and, you can go for the counter and stuff. But they've now got this second building, this massive building.
Yeah.
Which is not, and it's so they're going to basically massively increase their stock.
Oh, nice one.
Because they've now got a massive warehouse to fill with all the Warhammer, all the Citadel paints. I mean, all the stock.
This ties in with what we're up to with the E-Models restructure with the builds and that, because you're branching off to become the Warhammer guru. We're looking at what we build and how we build it, basically. And I pretty much build anything, so my niche is pretty much settled. So Ted does all the big kits. I'm more aiming for not just noobs, but, people that just want to do a box standard, out-the-box build it and enjoy it type thing. So I'm just randomly going through and choosing stuff. I've got a bike to do, and then I'm going to do a tank because I haven't done armour for E-Models yet, apart from the ball tank, of course, your pillock. But, yeah.
Apart from that.
Yeah, apart from the ball tank you built, that's a tank car. And
the Baneblade.
And the Baneblade, yeah. So I have to rethink that. No, I mean, that wasn't for E-Models, though, Lehman Russ.
No, that's true. So, we're starting with the Baneblades for this first one. But then once we've done that, I'll carry on doing Warhammer stuff and you'll do whatever on the Wednesday show.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it, where we go with it. And, so... Which helps Dave out as well, because he's been struggling to get back on a Wednesday with work and that. So Yeah.
Right, I got some Cromlech bits.
Oh, right.
A link is in the description for Festa's link to.
Yes, you can get all of this.
Yeah, they do lots of resin stuff there. For Warhammer.
Do you want me to full screen you, mate?
You can do, don't have to. They're for Warhammer, a lot of them, but they're not officially for Warhammer, so they're kind of, you can use it as accounts as. But they've got a range of orc figures. They're called Iron Reich Greatcoats. And the storyline is it's like World War II, but with orcs.
Orcs.
So they've got loads of like World War II German equipment looking like, but it's all orcs.
Yeah.
And they're just, so I've got a load of greatcoat dudes, but I can't really show you them because they're just orcs in greatcoats. But basically, the orcs in greatcoats all wear gas masks, so it's basically orc Deathcore Creek.
Yeah.
Think of it that way. I'll see if I can find the heads for you. I won't get them out, but
I see what you did there.
The heads, you can see them all got gas masks on, basically. That's great. But I got there's 2 vehicles. They also have a tank, but it's never available. I got a half track, and I got a little light armored vehicle. And I'll just show you the half track. You'll get the idea of it in a minute. That's the front of the half track. It's still on the resin screws.
Oh, that's crisp.
Yeah, and it just goes together. As you can see how it goes together. So you can see what it's going to be. It's going to be a proper World War. It's like a Greif.
Yeah.
It's the standard German. But it's orc, and it's got all the orky rivets and bits and stuff all over it. And it's got like there's a guy in the back with a heavy bolter type stubber.
Yeah.
And it's got the detail is incredible. I mean,
yeah,
it's so
mine's
crisp.
all been dispatched. I've had me notifications.
Good. There's loads of wonderful detail. They're really, really clean mouldings. That's the floor.
Much better. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry, I'm showing them. You carry on if you want.
No, you can. No, you carry on, mate. I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, sorry, mate.
That's the way to think.
Yeah.
But I mean, the detail on these it's super nice.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, mate.
It is absolutely fantastic, and they've got loads of brilliant vehicles and stuff.
Would you be as? I mean, from my end, seeing what I'm seeing on screen, they're very Forge World-esque. Are they up to that standard, in your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. If not slightly better, perhaps.
There you go, folks. See, so you're getting stuff that is, as good as, but cheaper.
In terms of what I can see, there are some bits where it's not quite as neat and tidy. But I will say the resin's a bit harder and a bit crisper than it's not as soft and squishy as Forge World.
Yeah.
And that's the light armoured vehicle. And when you look at it, you can see what it's going to be, that classic German.
That's quite similar in shape to the ICM build that you did, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually called, they actually call it a Blitzkrieg 222, but it's based on the SDKSN 222. With, again, orc stuff. So it's got like loads of bits of like corrugated metal and bits stuck on all over it. And there's all kinds of doodads. There'll be exhaust sticking out. I love it. And all the orcs
no, it's good.
Like, I'll see if I can zoom in on the commander. There's a turret on the top. And the commander looks fantastic. Let me see if I can focus on him a bit for you.
Oh yeah.
So he's got like he just looks like a German officer type, but he's an orc.
That is brilliant. Yeah.
But they make it orc with the C for copyright reasons, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, we've had this conversation, the pair of us, and it is how they're managing to stay under the radar is very clever, isn't it?
I think because they're not doing anything specifically that Games Workshop actually do.
Yeah.
And they don't call them orcs with a K. I mean, so they also do like pirates. They call them like you get the freebooters in Games Workshop. Those are like the unaffiliated orcs. They're like pirates.
Yeah.
And they do them themselves, but they call them I can't remember now. Corsairs, they call them.
Yeah. Curb is asking what kit it is that I'm building. It is, he says, trying to get the box out, it's the Revell 1/16 scale amber bus, mate.
Sambo.
There you go, mate. Sorry for the delay in getting back to you there, mate. I just didn't want to interrupt Fox when he was
mid-waffle.
There you go, mate. That's what I'm building.
It's a classic. Right, let's get it. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with their resin. Like I say, it's the first thing I've ordered from them. And it's like, it looks really nice. I've not worked it yet, so
no. PJ needs some direction. He says, Colin, he says, with YouTube banning free speech because that's what they are doing, is it still okay to verbally abuse McLeish? Yes. Yeah, there's been special dispensation issued by YouTube regarding McLeish. And they basically said, it's McLeish. He admitted to eating sensations, mate.
It's open season. They said.
Yeah, he deserves all he gets. Can you please mock him at every opportunity? So, yeah.
Yeah, so of course we do, because it's the law.
Yeah. I'm so going to get done by McLeish now. I can just see it. He's going to go, yeah, that's it now. Start sleeping with one eye open, slap it. I can feel it. I can feel it coming.
Remember, mocking McLeish is not just for Christmas.
I see what you did there.
For life. Put them on camera. Am I on camera? Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just trimming the bumpers, because I've now moved the bumpers back probably about a 1/4 inch or so. Not a massive movement, but just enough for me to make it look like it has been modded, but not too overdone, if that makes sense. And just trimming these bumpers and blending them is a bit sexy.
To avoid massive movements.
Yeah. Happy days. So we'll just have a comparison.
I've not worn these lenses for 4 weeks. It's like, Yeah,
it's one of them. I've been lucky because I've been doing quite a bit of filming in the background. Now, the bumpers were sitting out a bit, like so, which I just thought looked a bit shite, if I'm honest. So, yeah, probably done my own monetization there, but I think this one's done for tonight.
You'll have to swear after the first 15 seconds occasionally.
And I'm just knocked the bumper back now, so it's nice and close. Still a little gap for the overriders, but it's just a matter now of just knocking that edge off so that it's flush with the wheel arch. A slight modification, subtle, but I think just right.
Can you do slight and subtle?
Yeah, and it's just got that expression. It looks like a face, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, you want some? Oi, yeah, guru, canoe, oi, yeah, yeah.
Well, it would be correct to put the eyes where the headlights are. Pixar, Disney.
Well, when I build it, do you want me to put some eyes in here for you?
Death from above. Painful, pain and death.
So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. Hopefully, over the next couple of weeks, I should get this into paint. So now that I've got my paints behind me there, I've had a nice collection of paint arrived that will enable me to get on. And I also got a lot of sets for Christmas, didn't I? So all my cars and bike stash, hopefully, can now start coming off the shelf, getting built. Because, yeah, it does deserve to be built.
Steady now. Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
But when I said I was modifying this, I'm not sure whether it was Retro Rabbit that asked me this, but I think it might have been, which was, you're not going mad and completely killing it. You're keeping it as reasonably as original as possible, which is what I am. I'm doing a slight, like I say, slight suspension drop, a slight pull back on the bumpers, dechroming. And that'll probably be it, because I don't want to go full blown with it, because it's an iconic vehicle and I want to keep it as retro, but with a modern twist.
Yeah.
The paint scheme won't be original.
There's no such thing as straight out of the box for you, is there? Unless absolutely forced. There's just no such thing.
Well, we had this conversation yesterday with the Bane Blade. And I stupidly said I might do it out of the box. Now, I heard a gasp and a thud, and I thought Mama Wolf had fell over, but it wasn't. It was Fox fainting at the thought that I might do something out of the box. So, yeah.
The thing is, it's like, you can't really do anything but, can you?
Yeah. I can't go too mad with it because it's an E-Models build, but...
No. Unless it's stuff that you can get from E-Models.
How can I say? there might be slight embellishment.
There you go. See,
I know. I'm trying to stay within the goalposts because Fox is like, you couldn't do out of box if I paid you, and I'm like, yeah, I could. All blazing or brazen even.
Well, let's be honest. We're all going to put plastic caps on the fuel barrels. I mean, that's just good. That's just good manners. That's not modification. That's just good manners.
Yeah, it's got to be done. So let's pull them nice and tight, and then see how close that edge. The only straight out of the box Cole does is KFC. Yeah, even then I have a bit of modifying with it. Now, do I keep that slightly proud? I think slightly proud works. Yeah.
Yeah. It got me through. It got me through. Adulthood. So
absolutely. That needs.
I'll just be doing mine straight out of the box, of course.
A little bit of trimmage.
Don't know what colour scheme yet, though.
Yeah, I've got to do a Bane sword. I've decided that.
Oh, yeah. I've still not fully decided which variant to do.
But I've not ordered no paint or anything yet. I really haven't got that far. Mind you, we're not going to have it built in an hour, are we? So he says.
You might.
No, I'm going to. Oh, God, this is going to come back and haunt me as well now, isn't it? I'm gonna try and take my time.
Yeah.
You all right there, mate?
I'm just breathing in and out at the same time. It's not good for me.
Yeah.
I'll still be building the second track unit and you'll be painting.
No, I am going to take me time. I mean, I've got obviously the Insane Blade up there that I still haven't painted. And
if you get desperate and you can't go slowly, what you can do is remove all the rivets and then replace them.
That's a good shout.
Well, I must make your rivets for you as well. Now I'm back.
Yeah, there may be bolts getting made for it and things, but I want to try to.
Here we go.
I want to try and. I want to
write this down.
Oh yeah, I want to try and restrain myself and not go overboard.
Have you actually listened to the words that are coming out of your mouth?
No. It's a bit like when I do the factoid, I think about what I'm going to say as I'm saying it, and it really don't work for me.
You get you get a passing error, and you get a blue screen of death then.
Yeah, it's tilt. Yeah.
Guru meditation.
So yeah, it's one of them. So there you go. I'm happier now that I've done that. See, folks, and that just sits that bumper nice and tight to the front.
He likes it nice and tight.
And then, like I say, you can just all day long have you a bit of that. So that's front and rear bumpers. Pretty much. That needs a slight bit of sanding on the inside edge, just so that they sit closer.
Retro Rabbit says small gas blitzes is.
Yeah.
The Cromlech Orc things I've got. Yes. It'll be fun to build those.
Absolutely.
Buildy painty. So I've not tried their resin yet, so we'll see what it's like to play with. See if it plays well with others.
Absolutely.
The thing about Forge World is it's like maybe expensive, but their resin is so nice to work with because it's kind of soft.
Yeah, I found that with the grot tank I did for the Stomper. Really did go
nice
together
resin.
well, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice to carve and clean up. Like, it actually makes getting rid of mold lines with a knife blade really fun and interesting. It's actually, I look forward to cleaning off the mold lines because it's just so satisfying.
Go. Sit down there. Adhere to there, and then we can do
doing tonight. We're just going for a couple of hours or something.
Yes, yeah. I shall do for the foreseeable future.
Yeah,
I shall do 2-hour streams, mate.
Yeah,
I know we're notorious for overrunning, but at the moment, as you know, with real life, I can't really do it at the moment.
No.
I'm not saying it won't happen in the future, but at the moment, I just can't.
Yeah. Remind me when we finish as well, before I go tonight. I had an idea about Sundays, but remind me.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, so it's just a matter of having to adapt.
Adapt, survive, overcome.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll only get told off by PJ and Lynn anyway, and it's just not, yeah. And they're right. And of course, obviously, you got H as well. So, you know.
You get told off by them anyway for anything, so.
Yeah.
You're always getting told off by everybody. It is the way of things.
Absolutely.
Sorry if I'm not very talkative. I've actually got my tongue sticking out.
No, you carry on, mate.
Tiny little details.
Kevin's laughing at what I said there about the, straight out the box build. Retro says, I've got an, what's that, Arcurian pattern Stormblade in a box somewhere.
Ooh, that's a Forge World.
And he's got so many Space Marines left to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a shed load of stuff to paint.
That's a Forge World Baneblade, which is basically part plastic, part resin. It's like it's the track units and lower hull of the Baneblade, but then all the rest of it's like resin chunks or something like that.
Happy days.
All those heresy Baneblades. Basically Baneblade, but even more expensive.
Let's have a look, see how my...
drill the barrel out. That's a point. I've forgotten about drilling these little tiny...
Let's have a look, see how my
I was clever enough to get the drill bit, because these require a smaller drill bit than normal Warhammer, you see, so I was clever enough to take the drill bit that's the right size and put it to one side.
Oh, you're good.
Because I knew I'd never find it again if I didn't do that.
Cool. It's coming off now.
Get them off. Wait, what?
So what you did.
Kevin Stevens says wobbling eyes would be better, Colin, but I don't know what he's referring to because it was a while ago.
Googly eyes. Yeah, it's when we was on about the eyes at the on the windscreen, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Fox has a pet hate, folks, which is the movie Cars. Because they didn't put the eyes in the headlights, they put them on the windscreen. And
no one in the world that thinks that eyes on the windscreen is a sensible idea.
It really does grate you, mate, doesn't it?
Ask any child where the eyes are on a car, and they will tell you that it's the headlights. It's
the order of things, as you would say.
Yes. Forgotten about drilling these barrels out, and they are ever so tiny. Las rifles are always a real pain to drill barrels out because.
Oh, really?
Well, only because they're really small. The barrels are tiny. So I mean, look at that. It's this molecular hole.
Oh, blimey! Yeah, that is.
And it's not even a full barrel tube. It's got this like cowling over the top. So you've only got half of it, and then the rest of it is the cowling
tube.
Tube. So you've really got to.
Yeah.
Be careful with it. Ah, stabby.
Bit of that on there.
By the way, I have some bad news for you, Carl.
Oh, what's that, mate?
I'm about 2/3 the way through season 2 of Supernatural.
Oh, are you? Oh, dear.
Yeah. It's kind of getting a bit better.
But you're still struggling.
No, it's getting better. There's a bit more humour coming in. It seems to be more palatable now. Apparently, I'm told it gets better throughout about the third season. First season was really hard going. I'm like, really? But they've started actually having personalities now. So. And I'm really gutted because I've got Amazon Prime, right? And I've got Bones, and I've got Bones and House on there, which have always been free, and I could just watch them whenever I want. But now they're not. I have to pay for them. It's like, oh man. So I was really happy because I'd always had to watch like Bones and House on unofficial streaming websites that we shall not think about too much. But then they appeared on Amazon. I'm like, oh great, they're great, free for Amazon Prime, fantastic. So I could watch them as much as I want. And now it's, oh no, you got to buy them per episode now. I'm like, oh, that's rubbish. Supernatural still free. So I shall watch that. I'm on season 6, I think, says Richard Thomas.
Oh, nice one.
No spoilers now. I've never watched it before. Somebody told me about it years ago, and I was like, the other day, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I need something to watch while I'm eating my dinner. And I've got nothing to watch now because I've watched everything. I've watched the whole internet. So, and then I was like, oh, go on, I'll give this a try. Then go on, then. It was actually because I stumbled across the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover episode, which was actually really good. And I was like, you know what? If that's the kind of humour that's in the series anyway, I'll give it a try. I mean, who takes a live-action series and crosses it with an animated series? That's brilliant. It's just a work of genius. Oh, God, I've just dropped his arm. I don't know where it went. Oh, there we go. Could be anywhere. I was dead proud of that barrel as well. It was quite good. Yeah. Right, let me get my phone with this torch and we'll go and find that arm then, shall we?
Carpet monster alert.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's also a box full of stuff in the same area, so it could be absolutely anywhere. And it pinged, it didn't just fall, it pinged. Yeah. Could be down here for some time.
What's he like?
My evening may be over.
I don't know, bloke. I don't know.
Anyway.
What are you like?
I've got a box full of stuff and my trash bag, so it could have gone anywhere. Oh, fudge. Right.
I don't
Now
know.
I've got to see what the shadows are, if it's a shadow of an actual arm or the shadow of a dust bunny.
What's he like? Richard says, I'm on season 6, I think, to you, mate.
That'll be the one that I read a minute ago.
Paul said, yeah, sorry, mate. I was just replying to a message I got. Imelda says, do you not have Disney Plus, Fox? As every season of Bones is on there. Yes, I watched it all on Disney Plus, and yeah, it's Bones in it. What more can you say?
I didn't realise Bones was on there, and now I do. That's good. That's free then, because I've got free, but I've already got Disney Plus. This arm's really gone AWOL.
Is it armless?
He's only partially armless. This could be anywhere now. It could be absolutely flipping anywhere.
Perhaps it's found a way to Amarillo. Oh, God, I really need to get out more. Sorry, mate.
You're not helping.
I'm not, am I?
Right, this could be anywhere.
Have you found it yet?
No, I don't even know if we get any spare arms. I think we'll probably get some spare arms, but...
Yeah, but it's going to bug you now, knowing that you had it, and then you don't have it.
I don't actually know if we get spare arms. I don't really want to go through all my boxes and bags to find it, but I can't really go any further with the build. Can't. Most frustrating this is. Yajit is not impressed. I don't know if I've got any spare arms, you see, so...
Oh, nice one.
Until I go and build everybody else. Right, let's get the trash bag over there. Very well, this stream, isn't it?
It is, mate. I am impressed.
Right, let's put that there. Looks and must see what am I doing.
Right, that's that.
Right. Apologies if you can't hear me.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
I know that. So people in chat, ask us questions, because as you can tell, we're busy doing stuff and we need stuff to talk about. So for the love of God,
Yeah, sorry, folks.
please ask us questions.
Yeah.
We've got to get back into the swing of actually being hosts.
Kevin's off. He's starting to nod. I shall catch up with the show later. Thanks for a great stream. Bless you. Thank you very much, Kevin. We try our best, mate. Like I say, it's yeah, I'm just getting bombarded with messages at the moment, so it's family stuff. So yeah, I'm just dealing with something.
Okay. Do you need to knock it on the head?
No, no, no. It's just obviously I'm a bit vague. It's because I'm responding to something.
Okay. I'm actually on the floor at the moment.
No, that's all right. I'll carry on with that in a minute because we're streaming. So yeah.
No, I can still talk and stuff. I'm just as long as the chat can give us stuff to talk about.
Yeah. What else is there? We've done belly and bench. Have we done Ask Fox anything?
Oh, you can ask me anything you want now while I'm doing this.
Yeah. So you can ask Fox anything.
No religion, no politics.
Why have I got you two? I still haven't found what I'm looking for going in yet, because that's what I'm thinking whilst he's trying to find this part.
I don't like you anymore.
Because I'm really not helping. I'm really not helping.
I don't like you anymore.
Oh, lamekins. Lamekins. Yeah, but we're going to be building a Bane Blade Wednesday, so...
Yeah, there is that. That does make up for it.
Yeah. So we got that to go under there. That was still open.
And I'll be gutted if this whole box set that costs 180 quid and I've lost one arm and that stops me building one dude. That'd be quite frustrating.
They've got to have spares, surely.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
You get variants, but I don't know if you get enough to have spare arms.
Yeah. Imelda says Fox is going to find it later, stuck in his beard. Days.
No, I had a shave. I did the shaving thing. I know. Doesn't seem right, but which arm is it anyway? Is it the gun arm, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't hear it land. That's the frustrating thing.
Ah.
I didn't hear it ping or anything on the surface. But luckily, my trash bag is not that full.
Oh right. So you reckon it could have fell in the bag of trashness?
Well, it could have done, but I don't think it has. Which means it's in the box of stuff under the bench, possibly, which is full of everything in the world.
Mm.
All my, bubble wrap and bags and dropper bottles and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah. And that always the way?
This is the worst. It's bad. It's not that bad normally, but on a live stream, it's bad. Yeah, I do apologise. Right, let's try that then, shall we? You want it to be on the other side of the room for no apparent reason. In a completely random location that makes no sense.
Yeah, that's when you sit there and go, yeah. Mine normally get found around the chair wheels, in between the wheels. Or normally...
Underneath the arches?
Yeah, underneath the arches.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I am impressed. Been a while, isn't it?
Good callback.
That was, wasn't it? I am impressed.
Right, come on.
It's not stuck on your foot, is it? Because that's normally my thing.
No. I'd know then. It'd be like stepping on a Lego. It was his rifle arm, so...
Oh, right, yeah.
I just drilled the barrel out and everything. Gosh darn it.
Oh, and you've done such a good job on that as well.
Doing very well at this not swearing thing, aren't I?
You are. Yes, gosh damn it. I can't seem to locate my lost item, he said, rather unconvincingly.
Well, apparently we can still say damn and hell, so
yeah.
They don't count.
Yeah.
This is frustrating. I once lost a part of a gunpowder and found it in the bathroom. About a week later.
I found a piece of the 3D print in a toilet. It obviously rolled off the top of me, slipper. Yeah. And yeah, I was sitting there and I'm like, what is that there? And it was the missing pin out of a 3D print I'd done. And I'd reprinted the pin. It was like, damn it.
I'd already handmade a new part for this gunpowder. I found it, yes. Bring that up, thank goodness. How it got under that rug, I do not know.
Really? It made it that far over?
Well, it kind of went that way. It's like, imagine this is my workbench here.
Yeah.
And there's a box under the workbench here. And there's a trash bag here. And there's a little table there. And somehow it went all the way over there, but was under here, under the table, under the rug, under the table. So it kind of went like that.
I've dropped a bit on the floor and I've looked in the drawer for it. I'm like, why am I looking in the drawer? It's not going to have ricocheted up here, but... Yeah. We
The worst
convince
one-
ourselves, don't we?
The worst one is when you. It's especially when you're like trimming a mold line with a knife.
Yeah.
And you're doing that, and it pings. But there's two ways when a ping is bad. If it just goes and you hear it go, ding, then you kind of know where it's gone. And sometimes you can make that landed on metal or plastic or glass. You can kind of, but when it goes off and you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, which way did that go?
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming out of my speakers all of a sudden. Do some talking for me.
Luckily. Sorry?
You're coming out of my speakers for some weird reason.
Really?
Yeah.
You've not sat on your lead, have you?
No, my lead popped out of the computer. Everything's going weirdly random now. What's going on here? Yeah, so...
That's the beauty of using Contactor Clear, by the way, folks, is you can pop bits apart on your sub-assemblies.
It's when something flies off and doesn't ping, or flies off and pings off about 8 different things, and you're like, yeah, I've got no idea where that's gone.
Yeah.
Thank you, universe. I'm grateful.
That really sounded convincing, mate.
Yeah, well, it's not giving me a lot of good breaks lately, but that's one on. Rabbit says, apparently the chili oil from dinner is still on my fingers, and now I can't see properly. 3 guesses why.
Yeah.
Put it this way. Rubbing your eyes was the least worst thing you could have done.
Yeah.
Let's just leave that one there. Yeah. That's something we've all done at least once.
Oh, yeah. And if you're a welder, get an archive. You only get that once as well.
Yeah. I remember once I got, when I was much younger and we first got like takeaway pizza.
Yeah.
And I'd never had jalapenos before. And we had, you get the little jalapeno chilies on your pizza. And I really liked them. They were like, oh, they're not too hot and they're kind of nice. So I got a jar of them. I went shopping with my dad and supermarket. And I said, oh, look, a jar of jalapeno. Let's get them. I like them. And I sat there and ate loads of them. Just like you eat from it, like eating anything from a jar.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that you're not supposed to sit there and just wolf down lots of jalapeno chili peppers. Yeah. That was an interesting experience. The feelings, some of the feelings I've never felt before in any of those parts of my body. Yeah. Thank goodness I found that.
Yeah. Some things you only do once.
Yeah. Yeah. Sign of insanity is doing something more than once when you know it's the kind of thing you should only do once.
Remember not to fill in the 2 little things in the corner because that's where the chrome rails go.
Festa, don't fill in the 2 little things in the corner.
Yeah.
Where the chrome rails go.
Yeah. I've done that before. Did that on the London bus. Done 10 seats before I realised. It's like, oh, damn it.
Yep.
Sitting there re-drilling the hole that I'd spent ages filling in.
Yeah.
But we're blokes. A simple look at the instructions would have told me this.
Yeah, we don't do that. Well, I remember I told you the other day on the Friday show last week that I'd got unnaturally excited by the fact that I'd ordered and received a new dish rack for the kitchen.
Yeah, bless you.
Purely because the old dish rack was fine, but it had a separate cutlery thing.
Yeah.
To put the cutlery in, and that was like a little bit rusted and all the spoons and things. It was this great design of a cutlery rack that was just 3 pieces of wire. So every time you put a fork in, it would just slide out the side. I'm like, oh, this is so annoying.
Yeah.
So I got this, and it was like a two level, like an upstairs and a downstairs. And I got dead excited. Oh, this is really exciting. I'm quite ooh. and it had 4 components, 4 parts.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. It had 2 side pieces, a bottom rack and a top rack, and there's another piece for the cutlery tray. And it was like, I was like, I don't need to read the instructions. It's 4 parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it wrong. I was like, none of this fits. What's this rubbish? And I was like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. Okay. So if even a model kit with 4 parts, and I still got it wrong.
You're so special.
My stupidity knows no bounds.
Your spoon, yeah. Retro says I weld all the time and still look at the arc when someone else is doing it or using a torch. I think there's something wrong with me. No, it's compulsive, mate. Yeah.
I think it's like when you stand over a precipice and you have that urge to jump. It's that kind of instinct that we all have to do this dumb thing that we shouldn't do.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's the one thing since my workshop days I've never sold was all me welders because, yeah, it always comes in handy. I had it when I broke my gaming shed I'm sat on at the moment. It's like, just get the welder out, weld it together. Boom, done. You know, it's, yeah.
I mean, we're men. It's instinct to us to check something's temperature by touching it. Of course we do.
Yeah.
Touch it.
I did it with a soldering iron. Oh, has it cooled down yet? Grab the end. It's like, nying. Yeah, no, it hasn't cooled down, Cole. Yeah.
Remember that for many of us men, one of the universal methods of checking something is licking it.
Yeah.
It can be for various things. You can check its temperature, its taste, its flavour, whether it's got electric current through it. Licking it is usually a way to check a particular aspect of something.
You watch a bloke going to buy a car. Hands in his pockets, kicks the tyre. Yeah, looks all right.
Yeah, because what shows you is air in the tyre.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, what's that supposed to achieve?
Oh, I had great fun today.
All right, do tell.
You know, one of those days when you don't expect to get up and spend a fortune on a car battery.
Oh, one of them days.
You had no intention of, for some reason, having to buy a car battery. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to nip to the shops. It was like, I've got to nip to Sainsbury's to pick something up, nip to Argos, and it's like, right, I'll go in the car. So I got in the car yesterday, and it was like, nothing. I'm like, oh.
When's the last time you used a car?
Well, it's lots of short journeys, and I haven't used it for a month or so. But it's only like 2-year-old battery, from brand new. So I'm like, battery's dead because I don't do lots of journeys, and they're only really short. So I've got my official RAC jumping pack that you charge up and then you can plug it in and it jumps to the engine and stuff. Right, I'll get that out. Oh, wait, I haven't used that in 2 years. I better charge that up. So I plugged that in last night. 18 to 30 hours. Okay, I'll leave it overnight, got it all charged up. Within 3 hours, it gone from red light to green. So it's like, well, I'll leave it on overnight.
Yeah.
And then I plugged that in today, plugged it in, nothing.
Oh, dear.
So I'm like, yeah. So I called the RAC out and they
confirm it. Yeah.
They were like, yeah, that battery's complete. It's on its last legs. It's just, yeah, get a new one. So that was a nice 120 quid for me battery. Thank you.
Lovely. Just what you needed.
Well, I said to him, I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to have to pay for a new battery, but I'd actually prefer if it's a battery and not just you can get it a jump start. I said, because I don't want to get all the way to Sainsbury's and then have to wait another 3 hours because I can't start it at that end. He went, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Panzer's in saying hello. Hello, Pans. How you doing, geese? I hope you're doing all right.
Yeah. So, but it was funny because I phoned up the RAC and they're like, yeah, we'll get out to you. So I got a text saying, yes, we've logged your issue.
Yeah.
We aim to be with you in around 180 minutes, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay. Well, must be busy. It's not a problem. I'm not in a rush. And then I got a text saying, "Great, your engineer's been assigned. He'll be with you by about 6:30." This was at about 3 o'clock. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. 5 minutes later, the phone rang. Hi, I'm only in like 2-3 miles away. I'll be around in 10 minutes. Like, okay,
oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah, and he was a lovely bloke. He said, "You're lucky you've got me." He says, "Because I love Fiestas and I've got like a Fiesta, so I know exactly what this is, how to do this."
Yeah.
And then he couldn't get the bracket off that holds the battery in place because it had broken.
Yeah.
And he says, "The only way I can see to get this out, to get the battery, is to bend it back on itself." And he says, "And looking at it, I can see that's exactly what the last guy did last time he got us out for a new battery because he's done exactly the same thing." He's like, to get a new battery case for that.
Yeah. They don't call them fix or repair daily for nothing.
No. But the funny thing was, right, they sent this text. They sent me an email. He said, while you're waiting for your driver, for your repair, what do you call them? Engineer?
Yeah.
What do you call them? While you're waiting, because it's a battery, here's some interesting information about your battery. I thought, oh, right, it'll be things like, there is information for you to check. So it's like, things I can do to check, what the problem might be. I opened it up and it says, we'll try and get your car going for you. If not, we can install a new battery for you.
Yeah, that would be useful.
But that was it. And I'm like, you sent me a whole PDF just to say what I already need.
Yeah.
We'll either get you going or we'll install a new battery.
Yeah, it's like, this week's award for stating the obvious goes to...
It was really worth sending me a whole PDF that just says, if your battery's flat,
That's up there with a Windows troubleshooter, isn't it?
Yeah.
55 key presses later, and he goes, yeah, the troubleshooter can't help you at the moment. It's like, yeah. Has anyone ever successfully gone into Windows troubleshooter and resolved their issue?
No.
Bit like that sodding paperclip, isn't it? Yeah.
What if you ask the troubleshooter if there's a problem with the troubleshooter? How does that even...
Yeah, troubleshooter not working. Discuss. I used to be able to crash my old iPhone 6 because I used to go in and say to Siri, hey, Siri, what's the meaning of life?
Mine just says 42.
Exactly. And it just used to sit there going, yeah, reboot, Apple logo would come up. It's like, yeah.
One of my favourite Clippy memes was Clippy's there and he's saying, oh, it looks like you're typing unsubstantiated conspiracy theory nonsense. Would you like to turn all caps on?
Yeah. Retro, Windows troubleshooter, the task failed successfully, It's a bit like going into Microsoft Event Viewer, and it's like, System unresponsive. Well, I know that.
What's the fault? It's not working. Well, yeah, thanks.
I'd like to meet the guy in Microsoft that writes the error code, because what is 0016FF? That means nothing to the average layman.
Yeah.
It's like, can you just put, computers clagged, mate? Something that the average person couldn't pick up on.
I saw one once where it had a pop-up screen. It was an error something.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's... excellent.
Yeah, Windows XP used to be good for that, didn't it? An unknown error has happened. Yeah, okay. Would you like to reboot your PC? Computer can't boot because of an unknown error. It's like, okay. We're going to go round in circles with this one. I can see what's happening.
Yeah. One day they'll have computers that can say, there's an error and it's caused by this at this point. And here you go, that's what it is.
Yeah. Saying that, I have found Windows 10 pretty good.
I was very resistant to come off Windows 7 to go on 10 when it first, because I'm like, look, I know where everything is in 7. I don't like changing. I was still on XP till about 2013. But then when my mate rebuilt the computer, he's like, I'll give you Windows 10. There you go, bang. I'm like, oh, took where stuff is.
Windows XP got to the point where it was so insecure that it was, let's just give our details to everyone and be done with it because,
the problem was that, I mean, it wasn't secure, but for a long time it was a much better OS than like Vista, Windows 2000.
God,
Windows 8, and it's like, no, they didn't do 8, did they? They missed
8.1, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. And it's like, so I stuck with that for a while.
Yeah, that was the start button gate, wasn't it? Because of the tiles, everyone hated the tiles. Yeah, I loved the tiles, I must admit. I wouldn't go back now. It's funny, isn't it? You get used to it. It's a bit like, do you remember when Hangouts on Air went? And everyone was complaining, we want auto switching. Now, do any of us miss it?
Talking. As soon as we stop getting it, it's like, auto switching is really bad. You
watch some of the old E-Models streams on Hangout on Air, and it is, honestly, it messes with your mind, doesn't it? Because people's faces pop up and then they're gone. It's like...
and it's like, somebody might want, like, you always had somebody saying, here, look at this thing, and they hold it up and they say nothing, so it cuts away to somebody whistling a bag of chips.
That's
it. Then it's like, no matter how many times you said to them, if you're going to show something to the camera, talk while you're doing it.
Talk whilst you're doing it, because otherwise it'll click off.
Some people never thought about
that. No. We used to call that the TED effect, didn't we?
Yeah. Everything's the TED effect. We called everything TED.
Yeah. You've done a TED or a Tony, wouldn't it? A TED or a Tony, but
Right, what's chat doing? Let's have a look. Scale Modelling Chaos is in.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Welcome, welcome.
Even though he's been in from the beginning, but hello again, emailed.
Oh, well, somebody was saying hello, Chaos. No, long time no see.
Yeah.
Error between seat and keyboard, says Rabbit.
Yeah.
Head crack. Problem exists between computer and keyboard.
Yeah.
Panzer Cat says to PJ, it's a very nice sausages with mash and gravy.
Oh, nice one.
And Panzer Lewis says, how do you know it's very nice when it's still cooking? Because he's cooking it.
It's a good point, actually.
Well, we would assume you know your own cooking skills. Like, I know if I make a spaghetti bolognese, it'll be phenomenal.
I'm just going to say that would be an ecumenical matter because...
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're not allowed to.
No.
I'm sure if you were allowed to do cooking, you'd probably be very good at it, possibly.
Yeah.
If you were allowed to, you know.
It's just when I even broach the subject or mention it, my missus goes, I'm just going to need to sit down. I've come over all faint. So I really...
Panzer says, it's very nice because I may have had some earlier today. Ah.
Happy days.
And the next word is... Shall I show you some of the orcs? The great
go for it, mate.
I'm just taking a little break from cutting, giving my shoulder a rest for a minute.
Shoulder pins
yeah.
hurting. Oh,
well,
mate.
I'm doing it in baby steps. It's getting better.
That's all right, mate. Like I say, if you need to, break, you've only got to say, you know that.
What's up? Right, they're the Ironreich greatcoats, but these are called Schmeisser greatcoats because they're carrying basically MP40s, which is fantastic. If I can zoom in again for you.
I'll bung your full screen, mate. There you go.
Okay, well, let me zoom in on this guy. Let me focus on it. You can see the bodywork. It's basically deathcore, but orc body with the big gorilla butt.
Oh, nice one.
So they're basically orcs, but they've all got gas masks on.
Yeah. The detail in that.
Well, they've got gas masks, but they've also got big metal jaws on the outside of the gas masks for some of them.
Yeah.
And they've got the sort of faux deathcore Krieg helmets.
They are excuse me. They're proper steampunk looking, aren't they?
Yeah, and they've got where are they? Let me see if I can find a Schmeisser. I'm not sure of exactly what the lore is behind them, but they're all basically like World War II Germans, but orcs.
Orcs. It's a gun, isn't it?
Yeah. I just love the idea of orc deathcore. They also do like Africa Corps outfits for them as well, which is weird. They do lots of Imperial Guard, but the only thing I couldn't find was they've got Imperial Guard female torsos. Mm-hmm. They do like torsos and legs and then heads and stuff.
Yeah.
And they've got Imperial Guard Highlanders with kilts and tam o' shanters.
Mm.
They do Imperial Guard, they've got female torsos and then just generic legs and female heads. But I couldn't find male torsos or heads for their Imperial
weird.
Guard. Yeah, maybe they just sold out. So, because I was maybe thinking about getting some other Imperial Guard, but yes.
How odd.
Here is Fox showing off his new winter S&M mask collection. No, that's only on Wednesdays.
Yeah, now I'm getting really worried.
We focus back, so when I'm working, it's here. There
you go.
Dan and Dan.
Is it done? Is it done?
We've done it yet? Yeah. Yes, I was at Argos today. I was picking myself up another Series X today.
I know. Look at you with your Series X goodness.
I've got one for myself anyway. I've had it for a couple of years now. But I've got another Series X because, as you know, when I do my streaming, I stream my games from a Series S.
Yes.
Because I can't have... If I've got a console and I want to stream it, it either goes into my TV or it goes into my capture card.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the last thing I want to be doing is taking a cable out from the back of the console every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm either going to knacker the capture card, I'm going to knacker the HDMI cable, which is better than the ones you can buy, or I'm going to knacker the port on the back of the Xbox.
Yeah.
So I've got a Series S, so I didn't have to keep swapping around. But the thing is, Series S is fine. but it's not the best visuals. It's not the best quality of every game, and it was really struggling with Fallout 4 with some of the scenes, some of the areas.
Oh right, yeah.
Because it's only got I think 4 gigs of RAM compared to 12 or 16 gigs in the X.
Oh right, yeah.
It's basically the same processor and everything else. They've just throttled it back a little bit, and they've got less memory.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like I was having to run games at 1080p and not at like 4K. So I decided I'll get myself an X. Therefore, none of the games are being compromised. I can play Fallout 4 again.
Yeah.
But I can play everything in 4K, and then people get the best image quality and they get ray tracing.
Absolutely, mate. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
For odd reasons, I've got 2 Series X's now.
Look at you.
I was able to wangle being able to get one. Been saving up to get a second one.
But it's something you've been wanting to do for a while now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the S was a stopgap because it's like it's a better than risking damaging the socket on the back of the X. But I mean, it's a brilliant little console. If you don't want to spend 500 quid, you only got a couple of £100, and if you've only got a 1080p monitor and you're not a big gamer, then it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Cyberpunk looked all right, but it looks even better when I play it on the X at 4K.
Yeah.
4K 60 FPS and not like 1080p 60. It's got more detail and more stuff, and it just looks better.
Yeah, and that's the thing in it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I want the people to see goodness.
You want people to get maximum quality Foxness.
Mm-hmm. Well, they won't see me, but I'm always 4K 60.
Oh, you tit, you really are.
Steady Daris. I don't do HDR though, because HDR. I think the Elgato doesn't do it, or if it does do it, I don't stream with it on X. But I know the Elgato doesn't.
Probably nuke your system anyway, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't make any difference. But the difficulty is that if you stream in HDR, then that's great if somebody watching your stream has an HDR TV.
Yeah.
If they haven't got an HDR TV, then it'll look washed out and horrible. If you ever watch HDR content on a standard definition color range screen, it looks washed out and a bit bland. But if you watch it on an HDR screen, it's like all the colors are really vibrant. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think it's better for me to stream without HDR, so that the majority of people, most people are watching on the computer or the phone. They've not got HDR, so yeah.
So I've got to make some door shuts just to make that door line up a bit better. Quality Revell. Part of me's still tempted to glue these doors shut, you know.
Yeah, but you could. It depends. Though. If you leave them unglued for now, you've got the option of having them glued open.
Yeah, they are a bit gash.
You don't diorama for it or anything.
No, it's just going to be on the shelf and forgotten.
All right. Then again, if you do the interior, it's nice to have the doors open and then.
Yeah, that's it. It's knowing which way to go. I'll probably make a couple of door shuts just to give the door something to shut against. Get the hairdryer out. Yeah, get the hairdryer out and warm it up and reshape it because it sits slightly inwards and it's doing my canister. I need it just.
It's quite nice that the doors can open all the way because then you can see the full interior.
Yeah, it's one of them. But with that amount of windows, you know, if you can't see inside, you need to go and get your eyes done, don't you?
You know what you could do? You could do like some of them weird Warhammer guys that make like the aircraft and they just paint the canopy rather than have anything visible in the cockpit. They just paint the canopy. It's like
I've seen that done a few times now, and you're like, why?
You do like a reflection effect on the glass, and it's like, why not just paint the cockpit and have the glass canopy clear?
Yeah, it's almost like a sky, isn't it? Almost, you know.
It never looks good.
No, I saw someone do it on a WASBOM.
Yeah, and it's like, it never looks good. I mean, when I do my tabletop trauma center one, I'm going to have to because the cockpit's glued on, the canopy's glued on. I can't get it off. So
yeah, it's been proper. You're really looking forward to that, aren't you?
Well, I am. It's just a shame I can't get the cockpit. I've not been able to, but I think if I have to paint the cockpit, I'd rather just paint it black like a filming miniature, like a stop motion miniature, like for a film.
Probably the best way of doing it because it's neutral then, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at any of the spaceships in Star Trek series, or you look at the Colonial Vipers from the original series, they've just the canopies are just black.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you know what? That actually works. Look at all the shuttle canopies in Star Trek. They're always just
that's a point. Yeah,
like the Next Generation and DS9, they're just black. Well, DS9 they started bringing in views inside the runabouts, but Next Generation often they're not. If you look at the actual model itself, they're just black.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a bit of sticky black paper on the front of the model. I went to see the models at an exhibition once, and all the black paper on the front that was the canopy was just peeling off. It's quite adorable.
Yeah, some of them special effects models, like I say, when you see them close up, you get to see how they were put together.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Like the Stargazer model that sat on Picard's desk.
Yeah.
When you see the actual the actual model, it's really not very well. It's just basically painted grey.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a door shut.
They built it and just slapped it grey, and there you go.
Oh, that's handy.
What are you doing? What have you found out?
I've just done a dry fit on the roof, and there is a tiny little door shut, just moulded at the top, almost like a little tit. And yeah, it's just enough for that to close against.
Jeff is in. He says, "Hi, Festa, model maker, and a big hello to all in chat."
Hello, Jeff. How you doing, guys?
Let me go and find a quote. Hang on. I'm going to find a quote now.
Yeah, I'll pad out whilst you do.
Pretend I'm not actually looking for a quote right now.
Yeah, padding out whilst Fox is looking for a Sagan quote.
The funny thing is, right, I've got the Sagan quotes link right underneath the thing to get to your stream link.
That's all right, mate. But no, good to see you in, Jeff. Always nice to see you in, mate.
Do.
Right. I want to just keep the roof on for a little bit.
Here we go. That kind of skeptical questioning, don't accept. That's terrible.
That was crap, mate.
I've got to get into it. The earth is the shore of the cut. That's kind of it. That kind of skeptical questioning, don't accept what authority tells you attitude of science is also nearly identical to the attitude of mind. This is terrible. I can't do it tonight.
You've lost your inner Sagan. You've been out of practice, mate.
No, I know. It's not right.
The only answer to that is to watch a few episodes of Cosmos, mate. Get your inner Sagan going. Anyway, it's nice to see you in, Jeff. Everyone say hello, Jeff. The lovely Lynn Dipple is in. Hello, Lynn. How you doing, my love? Nice to see you in.
The entire evolutionary record on our planet, particularly the record contained in fossil endocasts, illustrates a progressive tendency towards intelligence. There is nothing mysterious about this. Smart organisms, by and large, survive better and leave more offspring than stupid ones. There you go.
Yeah. He got there in the end.
Be smart or die.
There you go.
Fox, have you tried freezing the WASBomb and cracking the glue to the canopy? Asks CCIdo. I haven't actually stripped the paint off yet. I don't know if it's glued with CA glue, in which case that would work, or with actual polystyrene cement, in which case nothing's going to get it off. I did debate whether to just break it off and carve it away and I've got a spare canopy. I might see if I can do that.
Have you got any acetone? Nail varnish remover?
No, I could get some.
Sometimes that works, but you don't want to slap it on, though.
There is a massive blob of something at the front of the canopy, like a massive blob.
Sounds like he's used some form of epoxy then, by the sound of it.
Sounds like he's got like flipping bath tile grout or something, and he's
not used hot glue, has he?
No, I don't think so. Although luckily the bombs just fell. I was able to pop the bombs off the wings, so he may have used CA glue. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. I'll see if I can get something under it. If I can break it off and clean it up, I can maybe get a spare canopy on there.
So we've got all of that.
Or if necessary, I could make a canopy out of bits of plastic strips and just not have glass in it.
We've got to lose eggs, but only for the rear wheel. I might be lucky. Let's try a dry fit with the rear wheels.
I could say there's no glass in the canopy because the Orcs are stupid and they just make the frame and don't think about having a glass in it.
Out of interest, I've got a feeling that they might need to be wrestled on. I'll know once I've printed out my brake calipers, so I know these won't be a perfect fit. I've got the brake calipers to go behind them. But they're a lever it in place thing, so I'll probably do it without the pins if I'm honest.
I like it. I like it when he mutters to himself when he's doing it. He kind of verbalizes his intentions to figure out the plan.
Yeah, there you go. See, so they do go in. Like so.
The one thing I don't like about this Imperial Guard is that you have a big seam right down the middle of the strap over the armor there, the webbing, which sometimes you can fill up quite nicely with the glue, but sometimes you can't. But what I've found is if you get a little tiny piece of plastic card and make an extra buckle, little tiny square, it just looks like the buckle there, and you cover it up nicely. It looks like a buckle on the armor. So,
squishy alert!
What?
Squishy alert! Edward Leonard's in.
Oh, hang on.
I've been at this for a while. Do you want to give him a bit of shrimpy?
Shrimpy. I don't know what that bit is. I've got nowhere to put the actual.
A bit of shrimpage, mate. I'm impressed.
Bit of sea pig.
Absolutely.
Being blown about a bit by the wash from the. Never mind, submersible. Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, that went well, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so if you get this little gap here, folks, when you're making these, little tiny rectangle of plastic card, I've got a strip of it here that I can't pick up, that I've cut to shape. All I do is snip a little bit off the end, make two little, because luckily the actual buckles on the webbing are just squares or rectangles. So if I make a couple, it covers that little line and they look like the other ones.
Happy days.
Because like I do leather straps and I just make the buckles out of a little rectangle of metal.
Oh, yeah, like
card.
we did on the Lehman.
Yeah, and I always think to myself, that looks so bad because it's not an actual buckle.
Yeah.
But if Games Workshop can do that on their dudes, then I'm happy with that. That works for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but look, see.
Go. So that's how she'll look. So she's not too low.
Twang.
Just subtle.
How low can you go?
Yeah. Just, Once the calipers and that are on, the Aris will come up just a tad, but...
Was it ever an option just to completely stance it, or we just wanted to make it look a bit low, but not massively low?
I was going to drop it right down, but I didn't think it looked right. When
I used to do detailing and we used to go to the wax stock show every year, we used to have a stand at the wax stock.
Yeah.
Where we, when we sold our detailing stuff. It was always interesting because they had loads of. It was the big detailing show in the UK, done by Dodo Juice, and there were loads of retailers there selling detailing stuff, and there were loads of other car things. But they always had a section where they had loads of stanced cars.
Yeah,
I think local stancing groups used to come along to the show.
Yeah,
to get all the detailing stuff for the car. And I've got to admit to you, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, properly stanced, you couldn't turn a corner if you tried without just gouging the tire. And I used to look at them and think, the car looks nice, but the wheels...
Yeah, sometimes they're ground scraping. I've seen there's a guy that's got one of these and he's dropped it so far down. All right, it's on air ride and that, but you see him going along the road and the bumper's pretty much sparking on the gravel on the road, and it's like, there's too low. It just, to me, it spoils the aesthetic of the vehicle. And I thought, well, if I drop it down a tad, it looks like something's been done, but you're not quite sure what. You know, so like I say, once I've got the calipers and that, it'll just bring the rear end up to where it should be. So it's just a little bit low on the bum at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, low riding is actually quite nice, but when you go proper stancing, it just and they get the wheels splayed out as well. It's like it just looks like.
To me, when they go all that overdone camber on them, it just looks.
It looks a bit stupid.
It looks a little bit anime for my liking, and
it just, I don't know, it just visually it doesn't work for me.
And I kind of wanted to keep a nod to its retro background, but just drop it a little bit, swap the wheels out, pull the bumpers in, and
basically a classic car that somebody's bought nowadays and has pimped it up a little bit, but not gone too far with it.
Yeah, understated modification. Who would have thought? Oh, yeah, did I just say that out loud? I did, didn't I?
Yeah, I was about to say sympathetic restoration, but
so that's what we've achieved with it. So
I used to know a guy. This is going back many years. He was development because he saved up and he saved up and he saved up and he got this old VW Beetle.
Yeah.
And he saved all his, this is early 1990s, and he saved all his pennies from working in the civil service where we used to work on like pittance wage.
Yeah.
And he got this VW pimped up and restored, and he had it lowered.
Yeah.
And I won't deny, it actually looked, it wasn't lowered too much, and it actually looked really good.
Yeah.
It had he'd spent a fortune on it. He'd saved up like massively, and he'd spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it'd been given fully restored, nice, lovely paint job, big shiny chrome wheels, and it'd been lowered a little bit.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm going to drive it. I've picked it up yesterday. I'm going to bring it into work tomorrow, and you can see it." I'm like, yeah, cool. And then he came into work the next day, and the poor bug was almost in tears. And I said, "What's up?" He said, "I can't get it in the car park." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I can't go over the speed bumps."
Yeah, can't go. It's a sump buster.
Yeah, he literally couldn't go over normal, low, tiny speed bumps. He hadn't planned that. He didn't have hydraulics put in it.
Yeah.
And he couldn't go over. And the first speed bumps he'd hit were the ones like just on the road where our car park was. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't think about that."
Matey with the Volkswagen here, he has to raise it if he wants to go up St Michael's Road, because that's where the school is. It's got the big concrete speed, the speed rectangles in the road. There's no way he'll get over them. Yeah. There's no way he'll get over them. So, yeah, I couldn't be bothered with the faff. I mean, when I did my Monza, that only had a couple of inches dropped out the suspension. It wasn't I wanted to slam it down. Bit like this. I just, where the wheels, there was a gap between the top of the wheel and the wheel arch. So it looked like, for a coupe, it looked like it had eye lift kit on it. And I'm like, it's the only thing that killed the look of the car. So I just took one.
Like your wheels were too small, like a really crappy 1950s.
I just took one ring out of the coil spring, adjusted the plate on it so the spring didn't pop, and that was enough. And it just dropped it down just so that the tyre, a bit like an iris in an eye, it just disappears up underneath the eyelid a tad. And I thought, that's enough, because I didn't want it right low. It's still got the original 5-spoke Opel alloys on it, because I didn't want to put big 21s or anything like that on it, because it's killing the heritage, and that's what I didn't want to do on this. It might have been Retro Rabbit that asked when I started this, was I going to go ultra modern? And I was like, no, I don't really want to chop the roof and faff around like that, because one, I couldn't be bothered to chop however many windows, but also it wouldn't look right.
Upgrade, don't you?
Yeah. If I get the 24th scale variant of this, I shall probably get the flat panel van. And I shall go all out on that. I shall chop the roof. I shall even chop the bodywork just to reduce the height. Probably take about 1/4 inch or so out of the entire bodywork just to sit that down a bit.
Well, the thing is, that's fine, because nobody actually cares about the square camper vans anyway, because they're just trash.
Exactly, and that'll be liveried up anyway, so I don't mind doing it on that one. And again, the roof will come down a tad, but I've seen one on the internet, and it's probably a lot of people have seen it. Let's see where I can find it. If I can find the picture, I'll share the screen, because it is a project I'd like to have a go at doing.
But with those old Samba buses, if it's a real old one, then there's more to be said for actually restoring it to what it used to look like and keeping it like that, because they can go for a large amount of money nowadays.
Yeah.
You'd have to be crazy to get an old Samba bus and completely pimp it up, because it's like, you're just devaluing it massively because they're worth a fortune.
Absolutely. There you go. That's the one. Let's see whether I can get a big picture of that on.
I'll full screen you if you want. Oh, no, you have to do that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through to get the right picture. Scrolling.
Collins once, he came into work over the moon because he'd bought a first Mark 1 VW camper van.
Yeah.
For like 800 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're worth about 35 grand.
Yeah.
He bought it for it, and it was in showroom condition.
Really?
It was some old guy selling it, and he's like, I felt really bad, but at the same time, I'd be stupid to buy a 30-40 grand camper van for not buy it for 800 quid. He said, I felt really bad, but, you know. I said, did you tell the guy? No. It even had the original rubber, like, little bits on the thing where you put the tarpaulin roof type thing, the tent roof, the awning.
Oh, right, yeah.
Little rubber T-shapes.
Let's see whether I can bring that up.
Get it up for the people.
Yeah, that's right. It's just obviously with slobs, you have to move everything over to the other monitor so that you don't share that. And yeah.
Everybody wait for a second while Colin gets it up.
There you go. That's what I want to build.
Oh, I can't see it, can I? Oh, yes, I can. No, I can't.
Be on the YouTube. Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, the folks can see it.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah, send me a picture. That'll do.
Yeah, that's what I would like to build, folks. So I will get another variant of this kit, and I shall see whether I can do something along them lines. So let us know in the chat what you think. Let's take a picture of that, and I'll send that to Fox so that he can see what I'm on about.
I've made a rod for my own back. I put that buckles on that dude to cover the gaps in his belt.
Yeah.
And I realised I've only done it on like 2 other dudes, and I can need to on everybody now, so they all look the same.
Yeah.
I'm having to put little buckles on everybody now. It's like, all right, even start doing that. Candygram
for Mongo's been a member for 20 months, I do believe. It says on there. Lovely job.
Cool.
And Edward Leonard has been a member for 4 months. Happy days. There you go. But yeah, what do you reckon in the chat? Do you reckon that would be a viable project?
I shall open my messenger and have a look.
Yeah, it would help if I sent it to you, wouldn't it, you pillock? Put my phone down, didn't I? Yeah. There you go.
Yes, I have to add little buckles to all my dudes now. Yeah, that wasn't part of the original plan.
Yeah, Lynn says, how cute, weird looking, but cute. Yeah, it's one of those little projects. I just sit there and I think, yeah. Yeah, it's just something different in it, but probably find it would be far easier if I just scratch built the whole thing, but...
You probably found the kit of it somewhere.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, but yeah, it's just one of them. I'd like to have a go at doing something like that.
Yeah, I'd actually like to do a model of my car, but nobody does a 2002 Fiesta kit, unfortunately.
Well, I'm lucky because I'm parted ways with my baby, and I this year. Because unfortunately, medically, I'm no longer safe to be allowed to drive due to my legs and my brain not talking to me hands properly, because I used to drive with hand controls. And for one reason or another, you know, it's I'm not safe to drive, both in my own mind, but also medically. I've had the medical for and they're like, yeah, you're too far gone. So I've got to part ways with my baby. And I've had her since, well, she was a year old when I got her. So, yeah. But Frankie Goes to Wobblywood for my birthday managed to find me a full-blown replica of the beast. And, yeah, so I'm going to spray her in the same colour as me car. Put the livery, you know, the registration on it and all of that lot, and do it as a right hooker. But yeah, and it's the only vehicle that size 24 scale that I've ever seen of the beast, and I'm going to miss her, don't get me wrong, because, you know, it is a proper...
Me getting rid of my land here was heartbroken.
Yeah, it's a proper driver's car, but I've got to be realistic, because that could be someone walking across the road with their grandkids. I come round the corner and I have a spasm in my hands and I grab the accelerator control with my hand and I run them over. Well, my conscience wouldn't allow me to live with that, so...
I think I've asked you before, but I assume the boys weren't interested in taking it over.
It's insurance, mate.
It's massive, isn't it? They're only young, aren't they? So it cost them a fortune.
They're under 30, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so a good friend of mine, he's a classic car nut, is going to take a, you know, there's going to be a transaction, obviously. But he's going to take it off my hands, and I'm like, yeah, no worries, mate. And yeah.
I mean, I was absolutely gutted when I had to sell my Land Rover.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how over the moon I was when I found out about 2 years later when it had actually been in Land Rover Owner magazine.
Oh wow!
Because I think I've showed it before. I've got it over there somewhere.
Yeah.
I sold it to this guy who is going to use it for spares. And he said he might restore it. And then the next thing I know, it's in Land Rover Owner magazine. I can't remember how I found it, but it's in one of their magazines as a full, full spread. Yeah. This woman who bought it and restored it. Yeah. Or started to restore it.
I mean, I should do the obligatory, take a load of photos of it, but you know, I mean, it goes to show you, Jeff, from new with a full service history, that car's done 42,000 miles. Barely even run in. The only modification inside was I had full leather interior built or made for it. So it's the only one that's got full leather interior. But yeah, she's barely run in, but she spent more time parked up in a garage than she has been out on the road. And I think it's a waste. I really do. So, you know, I harboured the dream of getting behind the wheel again. It kept me motivated and that, but there's only so long you can harbour a dream before in reality it's too dangerous, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
So reluctantly, it's like, yeah, she'll go, because there's no point in me keeping it in the garage because I'm never going to drive her again.
It's just human nature to try and, you don't want to admit that that's the situation to get rid of it, because you're admitting, that there's something gone now that you can't do anymore. And you don't want to do that, so you're going to put it off as long as you can. Absolutely. But, it's a car that should be driven. It's not a car that should be locked away in the garage, slowly decaying, and having done all the metal work and welded it all up and done all the body modifications, and got rid of all the rust. It had a full bumper-to-bumper resto on it. And yeah, it's like, let someone get the benefit out of it now. So Jezza, me mate, he's like, that's the kind of car you'll see on like race days now, isn't it?
Yeah. Cheers, Paul. I'm going to stand up, mate. So yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, that's a good point. What time are we on? It's 2 o'clock. Anyway, I think.
Actually, then I didn't realise that was the time. So we'll wrap up for our 2 hours and be on the safe side, folks.
We just stick this thing on here then.
Apologies that we're doing short streams at the moment, but needs must. So
I have to report that after 2 hours of doing this, I'm not in any discomfort or pain.
Really?
Yeah, well, not anything major anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right then.
That's a good sign.
And like I say, we've still got to plan Warhammer, so we'll get round to sorting that out.
I had a thought on that.
We've got E-Models Wednesday coming up, folks. Don't forget this coming Wednesday. Really check out the pimpage that will be happening during the week.
Yeah.
Where we start to build the Baneblade. So it's something E-Models want to push a bit more their Warhammer stock and do better to do it. So
did you make a photo noise then, or was that a rubber glove?
That would be an ecumenical matter.
You made a pop. Festa popping on the telly box.
But you've got ears like a brick house rat, ain't you?
I like the way you clean that one up, yes.
You like that, didn't you?
Well, I would admit, I wasn't sure if it was like, you know, when you do that with the rubber glove and it goes.
Yeah.
You could have said it was my rubber glove, and I would have forgotten that you weren't wearing rubber gloves.
No. You know me, mate. There's no point in trying to hand it.
I do know you.
Lynn says, PJ and I say stand up. Yeah, well, we're going to be coming off air now anyway, Lynn, so I shall be retiring to the other room anyways, so...
You're going to bed?
Yeah.
In case I'm streaming tomorrow.
Are you streaming at all Saturday and all of that?
It depends. I'll let people know, because it depends how much sleep I get tonight, because I'm still trying to sort my sleep cycle out. I'm still a bit weird at the minute, so it's entirely possible I will. But just keep an eye on the Facebooks and stuff. If I do, it'll be a last minute thing that I tweet.
Well, as you know, by putting up with me at the beginning of your show, I hadn't been to bed from the day before again, and it was like, yeah. And I had that look from H of, you do know where you're going to be going in a minute, don't you? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, I've had some thoughts anyway about what we can do. So.
Oh, yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, we'll get that all sorted out, mate. Because, there's
an option anyway.
There's lots of plans afoot for potential streamage and things. So keep an eye out, folks, because we shall be doing announcements going forward on a few little things that we're thinking of. And no, it's not an OnlyFans site. You're not. Tried that, but Colin just couldn't make the money. After many hours of practice, Fox has now managed to get both tassels going in opposite directions.
I was about to say, after many hours of practice, I've managed to get the tassels on. I was actually about to say that. Great minds think alike.
Oh my God, we're even thinking the same now. Oh my God, there's no hope for us both, is there?
We're thinking the same things about tassels. I've done them a little book anyway.
Folks are saying thanks for the stream, guys. Night, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. Yeah, apologies that they're a bit shorter than normal, folks, but it's not a permanent thing. It's just for the short term at the moment. So hopefully you understand that. I'll be back with Dave at the bench on Sunday, doing a bit more on me Sherman. And Dave's going to be doing his shiny car, so keep an eye out for that. Don't forget, you got all your affiliate links in the comments description of this video and on my welcome to the channel video if you want to get the links for Hobby Workshop, Element Games and Bits of War, which is your Cromlech stuff. Head over and save yourself a few quid on tabletop gaming. It helps me out as well. And until the next one, me and Fox will love and leave you all.
Yes, take care, everyone. Have yourself a good weekend. If we don't see you until, well, if I don't, and you'll see Colin on Sunday. But
yeah, do you want to pick your stream for tomorrow, mate? Is it later on the day, or are you going to see how you go?
If I do one, it'll probably be around about midday.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know yet. It'll just be a gaming stream, but I don't know. Keep an eye on Facebooks and Twitters and stuff. I'll let you know. It'll be last minute because it depends how well I get some sleep tonight. So.
Absolutely, and to ring, to get notifications, ring the bell on our channels. And like I say, there's potentially going to be some random stuff going up. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And and
there's potentially, let me just say, Amazon basket, and I'll leave it at that. I know what that means.
Absolutely, you know what that's all about. PJ says, night, I'll speak soon, Cole. Yeah, I'll be in Zoom tomorrow evening. Tonight, what's that? Saturday evening. I shall be in there for a couple of hours on Saturday evening, Paul. So yeah, and see you Sunday with Dave. So ta-ra, folks. Thanks for giving up your time and coming to see us both.
Yep.
See you on the next one. Bye bye for now.
You all. Adios, amigos. Bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me